Hello there, everyone. If you're watching this video, then you are part of the TTOR Army, an army that is building itself up one subscriber at a time. And as you can see from the title and thumbnail of today's video, we got some breaking news in the alt-tech front. If you've been following my channel for the last 5 years, then you already know what this video is going to be about. But if you haven't been and you're newer to following me, back in December 26, 2021, I launched a social media site called CreationSocial, which was basically a Facebook-style website that was built for the purpose of allowing content creators and their fans to be able to not only share links, but be able to interact with said links, be able to interact with each other. And then if you get a whole bunch of content creators and their followers and their audiences mixing together on CreationSocial, well, it's a chance for you to build a whole new audience that you could not have reached otherwise. Well, the old version of CreationSocial worked good for a while, but maintaining that was a bit of a problem, especially over the last month when things started getting weird on the website and things just weren't functioning at all, to the point where you could barely even load up the website anymore, even though people were hardly using it. And so I decided to get rid of the old CreationSocial, and I spent this week and today putting out the new CreationSocial, which you can see right here on the screen. CreationSocial, the new version, might look familiar to you. My friend Josh, who goes by the username Seeking the Truth, he used to have a social media site similar to this called Loop, and it was built on the Mighty Networks app, which Mighty Networks is a social media app that people are allowed to create their own instances of. So I created CreationSocial using a Mighty Networks instance, and that's what you're looking at on screen. Now, the Mighty Networks system, the Mighty Networks app, has seen significant updates since I was a user on Loop back in the day. Primarily, there is now a light and dark mode built right into the website. So currently it's on the light mode, got the dark mode. And as you can see, it's a very smooth and easy transition between light and dark mode. It works very well. Also, something that is now available to every user on a Mighty Networks instance, which would include every one of the CreationSocial users, is the ability to live stream to your account. So if you want to stream directly from your webcam, or if you want to use the OBS virtual camera to create a fancy professional looking presentation as you live stream to CreationSocial, you can do that. The only caveat is that you can't have more than 20 hours of live stream storage, and you can't have more than 200 live viewers. Reasons, I'm not entirely sure, but that is the current limit. That limit can be expanded on, though, in the future if we start getting some funding to upgrade to the higher versions of this particular instance. But you can live stream to the site. You have your light and dark modes. You have your main feed, which you have when you log into your account. There's a members tab, so you can go look up various members who are on the website. There's also a discovery tab, which allows you to look things up by accounts, by groups and posts, etc. There's an events tab, which you can use to create events like you can on Facebook. And this is an especially useful feature if you're going to be doing a live stream. So you could schedule a live stream, and in the event, you put the link to the stream in the link section, and that way people who are following you on here can go to your live stream when they're live and when they're notified by the events section. But you can also do quite a bit with making individual posts. If you go to the activity feed, which is one of the general feeds, you go to create and you see that you can go live and set up a live stream. You can create a post, which basically is like Twitter in terms of what you can do with it. You can write articles, which is something I don't think you can necessarily do on Twitter unless you're using a paid membership. And you can also write questions or create polls. And then, of course, there's the invite link that you can send to people to join your Mighty Networks instance. So you can invite people to join CreationSocial with the invite link. It's very fun, very fun. But there's also a messenger built into the site, which is called Chat, and it's right next to your notifications, which is right here. And the thing that I love about CreationSocial's newest version, that's going to be similar to what Loop did, is that even if you have 0 followers, if you are making posts in feeds that a lot of people are looking at, you could potentially get a lot of comments and a lot of likes on your posts without having a single follower to your account. Then, of course, if you build up a bunch of followers, it'll just exponentially get better. But the thing that's great is even if you have 0 followers on CreationSocial, it's possible to get good engagement here without having any audience at all, which is great because it can be hard sometimes when you're first starting out on a social media account to get that first follower, get that first 10 followers. But aside from the activity feed, there's also a chat feed, which is basically just a big group chat that people can chat with whoever, whenever. Everyone will be in it. There's also a new members feed, which you will automatically go to when you first create an account here on CreationSocial. That's a way to meet new people. Then I created a whole bunch of different content feeds that you can post content in and look up content in for yourself. There's a news and current events feed. There's a tech censorship feed. There's an AI news / content feed. There's a Christianity feed. There's a gardening feed. There's a do-it-yourself feed. There's a cooking feed. There's a books feed. There's a gaming feed. There's a conspiracy theories feed. There's an economy feed. And because I can, there's even a Brett Keane feed, which I plan to be a place where Brett Keane's content is posted and people can interact with it there. Follow Brett here once he's on the site. And so much more. There is also an online games little thing that you can click on, which will take you to Josh Hu Games, my friend seeking the truth. Josh Hu, the guy who ran Loop previously, he allowed me to use this as a part of my website because it's got a bunch of fun little flash games that you can play on your phone or on your tablet or on your computer. It works the same on all those devices. Now you may be wondering at this point, is there a CreationSocial app? The answer is yes, but let me explain. There's actually 2 ways you can get a CreationSocial app on your phone, your tablet, or your PC. Now, if you are on a web browser like Google Chrome, and you access CreationSocial through that on your mobile phone or your tablet or your computer, you will have the option to install a progressive web app on all 3. So if you're on a PC and you're on the Google Chrome browser accessing CreationSocial, there will be an option for you on the browser somewhere to add the CreationSocial app to your computer's desktop. If you're on a mobile device or if you're on a tablet, you will have the option of adding CreationSocial to your tablet or your phone's home screen. And when you do that, it creates a progressive web app for CreationSocial on your mobile phone or on your tablet. However, there is another way to get an app that has CreationSocial on it. Since CreationSocial is running on the Mighty Networks system, then what this means is you can download the Mighty Networks app. You can look up CreationSocial amidst all the different versions of Mighty Networks that have been created out there. And then through that way, you can add CreationSocial to your phone through a somewhat official app. Not an official CreationSocial app, but through the official Mighty Networks app. You can do that if you want to. There's no problem with me when you do so. But I would recommend going through the route of a progressive web app, either on your phone or on your tablet or on your computer, because CreationSocial is built as a progressive web app. So it's easy to install a very good-looking and highly functional web app on your phone, tablet, or computer without having to go through an app store. That's just what I personally recommend, but getting CreationSocial on your tablet or your mobile device through the Mighty Networks app, that works too. Now, just like when I first did CreationSocial back in 2021, the main mission of CreationSocial is to be a free speech platform. So, if you want to say or do anything that is legally protected by the First Amendment of the United States of America, You can on CreationSocial. You can't post porn. You can't make terroristic threats or incite violence against people. But you can do just about anything else on CreationSocial. So all of those taboo topics that people in power don't want you to talk about, all those things that those running the society and the world don't want you to discuss amongst yourselves and discuss publicly, you can on CreationSocial. It doesn't matter what the topic is, as long as it's not porn, as long as it's not terrorist stuff, as long as it's not incitement to violence. Basically, as long as it's protected by the First Amendment of the United States of America, you can talk about and do just about anything else on CreationSocial. So hopefully you guys are encouraged by this. Hopefully I will see some of you on the new and improved version of CreationSocial, and I will see you in the next video. Ta-ta for now.